Yeah. Hi, welcome to the Drupal journey weekly session. Today, this week 3 session, we are going to talk about custom model creation. For the custom model, we are going to talk about a module folder structure and the custom route definition with the custom controller page theming and blog creation through custom module and admin form creation to store essential information for our site. For that purpose, we are going to configure our admin form, then permission for our custom route and admin form. That is all we are going to discuss by today. It's an overview about the custom model. By tomorrow, we can close the custom model creation with all the topics from this slide. Okay. So at the end of the session, I'm going to ask you about the action-oriented step, which is you are going to create your custom route and admin form and blog creation with permission. Anyway, I will get you in today's session and tomorrow session. At the end of tomorrow session, let me share my code. If it is possible, you can make use of it. Okay, this is the action-oriented step. You need to take it up. Okay, so let's move on. Module folder structure. Am I audible, Faisal and Shruti?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Faisal,
Yeah,
your
it's
voice
okay.
is very low. Okay, so let me move on the module structure. Let me share my coding part. Then we can take it up. So I just added one custom module. I'm since my local machine, the custom module enablement take more time to load, so I'm not able to enable that module. But what I'm going to do now is let me walk through the custom module. Uh, what is the what are the files we are going to see? Will come under custom module. That and all we can go through it. Is it okay? Is it sounds good for
Yeah,
today? Yeah. By tomorrow we can enable it in our demo website, which we talked about in last week. Okay. So about custom modules, we have to before move on the custom module, we need to know about the Drupal core folder structure. Okay. So this is the Drupal 9 files. That is what we developed in the class 1 and classes 2, 2 weeks, last 2 weeks. So this is the core file will lay here, and modules under theme layers and all will be comes in this under this core module. Okay, so themes Batik will be by default enabled in Drupal application. So this is the core folder. Then we have a modules. Within a module, we can segregate our custom module with the contributor module. For that purpose, I have created two folder. One is the contributor module and another one is the custom for the custom module. So under contribute, whatever we install, we can place it under contribute folder. So custom folder, we can put our custom codes. Okay. So these are the things will come under modules folder. Profiles and all, it's a bit advanced topic. If you are sharing your entire application in a distributor, we can go for a profile. That is a bit of advanced topic. Then sites folder. Under sites, we have a default folder, and within that we have a files folder. Within the files folder, whatever the attachment, whatever the media content we have created, that will be uploaded in this folder. Okay, then we have a settings.php. In the settings.php, all the database configuration will lay here. Other than that, this and all will comes with the default Drupal package. Okay, then we can move on the themes folder. Currently, I don't have any themes. Suppose if we go for any themes like a Bootstrap or a Bootstrap business, we can download it from the drupal.org and we can put it in this themes folder. And vendor folder. All the vendors libraries will be comes under this folder. So vendor library and all, once you know about the command line tool like a composer. If you are installed your contributor module through the composer means this vendor folder will be automatically created for your installed modules. Okay, then we can talk about the .htxs. As I said in the first classes, we talked about the .htxs. This is the routing file, routing to the index file. Okay, then auto load PHP. This is the bootstrapping our Drupal application. Then composer JSON, composer.log. These are all for the packages maintenance. Then this is the index.php. This is the first file will trigger before index.php .htxs will handle it. Okay. Then update.php. Update.php, we will run the script to update our database kind of functionality. Okay. So as of now, we have gone through all the folder structure under the Drupal core packages. Now we can talk about our custom module. Okay, so to create a custom module, we should think about whether the functionality we can extend only through the custom module means we can go for it. Otherwise, if any other contributor modules we can achieve means we can get the contributor module from the Drupal.org and we can install it. Okay, so this contributor models, if you can achieve your functionality through the contributor models, you can go for it. Otherwise, you can extend your functionality using the custom module. That's why we can go for a custom module. So let's see the folder structure in the custom module. So I have created the custom folder. Under that, I have created a custom utilities. Custom utilities, it is my module name. Okay. Hi, Navi. So custom modules, yeah. Under custom modules, this is the mandatory file, which is custom utilities.info.yml. Now our module name .info.yml file. This contains the meta information about your custom module. Let's say this is the type module and name, you can put it like this, and description you can mention what your modules will do, and the core which is 8.x. Since it is a 8.x, if we can put this line, this will run in our Drupal 9 application also. Currently this D9 is a Drupal 9 application. This 8.x version also compatible with our code only because of this line of code. Okay, and this information, once you put the .info file, that it's enough for your module visibility. Okay, I am not able to let me share my Chrome browser too. So currently I am in a Drupal 9.localhost, which is my local setup. It's take more time when page load, so I am not able to do any page load. Let me show you the module here. Be able to see once the .info file only, the model will be listed in this extended page. Okay, see, I typed just utilities. So this is the model name, and this is the model description. This is the machine name. Okay, those things comes because of this .info file. Okay, I hope you understood about this .info file. Yeah, yes, Shruti.
Yeah, I had one question.
Yes.
Instead of
sorry, Shruti, can you talk?
Okay. Now is it was audible?
Yeah, yes, audible now.
Okay. Instead of adding this 6 line core version requirement 8 or 9, why we are not adding core as 9 itself?
Yeah, actually this module, right? I take it up from the my old setup, which means 8 version. So otherwise you can put it like this 9.x. I don't think that won't work out actually. I have gone through the one of wait a moment, let me check it. Sorry for that. Shruti, instead of placing that, we cannot place core key. We should put something like this. You understood?
Oh,
We cannot.
yeah, I got it.
In a Drupal 9, this core key, right, which I highlighted, that is not supported.
Uh,
This core key in the .info file. Since this core,
okay. So you can remove that core itself, right? Then if it is not supported, then why we are adding that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This code, I take it from the Drupal 8 version. For the demo purpose only, I take it up.
Okay.
I will show you by tomorrow, if possible, without this code 8.x.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fine. Yeah.
I forgot the key. Actually, till now, I am worked on the Drupal 8 projects. For the demo purpose only, I am exploring about this Drupal 9. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Sudeep?
Shankar, fine.
Yeah. I
Fine,
will show
fine.
you by tomorrow about this Drupal 9, this key. Okay. Shall we move on, Sudeep? Sudeep?
Yeah, Shankar, you can proceed further.
Thank you, Sudeep. So we talked about .info file. Then this is custom utilities module file. As of now, this is the optional file. But later stage, if you want to extend the functionality by using any Drupal hooks, you can extend the functionality in this module. Say for example, custom module underscore hook underscore theme. If you want to enable a theme feature, that is what you can put it your code in the module file. Another thing, whenever you write any code, you need to create a route, right? So this is the file module name routing.yml file. So this is the file you need to put our route information. Okay. So this is the route identification for the Drupal core feature. We need to put in this and path. Whatever the path will come, that you need to put it here. So follow except base URL, whatever you want. See, this is the admin config contract admin settings. Okay, this is what the second part. This is what the first part. This create task. I am for the demo purpose. I have created this route information. What this route will do is, once the user click on the enter the create task URL, it will go to the defaults controller. Okay, I have created a controller which is custom controller that is placed in the custom utilities. This is what this line means. Okay, within the custom controller, we have a create task. This is the function. The page title can be anything. I put it as a demo. Okay, I cannot show this route because I have some issue with that local setup. It's take more time to load, so I'm not able to open. Sorry for that. Then about these requirements, we can put it as a permission level. We can put under the requirements. Okay. What we can do is whenever the user enter the create task, we should create a controller. So source controller. If you want a controller level page means you can do like this. If you want a form level route information means you can do like this. You need to default form. So you should specify your form name. Okay. And this key title and all same. Let me finish the first route information regarding this controller. I'm navigating this under controller, custom controller. That is what we have mentioned in this route detail. Okay. Create task is the function name. Let me open the custom controller. So this is the controller file will navigated once the user enter the specific path. Under this custom controller, we have a create task, right? Here I just put a markup only. It is a type markup type. Within the markup, I have entered the welcome to our website. Okay, so create when the user enter the create task, they will see this information only in the content region. Okay. Then we move on to the second route information. First route information is all about controller function to be called in the route. The second route information, we are configuring our form. Okay, what the user will enter. This is the path. Once the user enter the visit the path, and they will navigate this form. The form is under the custom utilities, custom modules, form section, and custom admin form. This is the title. This is the requirements as a permission. I will show you the about this permission. Before that, we can check about this form. So this is the source. We have a form, custom admin form. Okay. So we have put it our namespace for a class oriented. We should put our namespace so that we can wherever we want to use this functionality, we can call that Drupal custom utilities form. You can put it in the top of the file like how you are doing this one. Okay, this is the core features. Okay, so within the custom admin form, we have enabled extend the functionality config form basis. Okay, though, so I talked about admin form. If you want, you can do the normal form also. This admin form, you can get it under the configuration part. Okay, so let me. Will you able to see my Chrome browser?
No.
Okay, let me share. Okay, so under the configuration system, you may notify. You can see the settings. Okay, so that is what that will come. Okay, so this is the form configuration, and this is the form ID. We need to put it as the form ID. This is the syntax. Okay, then this is the main part. To build the form, we need to specify the form element. So by default, I have created two number field. One is the secret key and another one is a secret code. For the demo purpose, I have created the two form fields. Say for example, whenever the user access some cases, we need some restriction in the level of secret code and secret key. That kind of scenario, we can go for this. That secret key as admin, we can configure for our site visitors. Okay, for that purpose, I have created this form. Is that okay? Does it make sense with this example?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Shankar.
Yeah, thank you. So secret key, secret code is the two form fields that is comes in the build form. So syntax and all you can check it in the drupal.org. Anyway, I will share this code, this working code by tomorrow, not today, because I need to work around some other functionality. I will give you and runnable code by tomorrow. Okay. So this is the build form. Once the user visit the page, this form will be shown with these two fields. Okay, once the users submit the form, it will come here in the submit form handler. Then the user enter right this secret key, we will be capture the form state get value. This is the key of this form. So here this is the second field. These are the two fields I have configured in the custom admin settings. Custom admin settings we have initialized in this part. Get editable config names. Okay. So these are the custom admin settings will be stored in the database. Okay. So we have talked about two routing. One is the controller level route information and another one is the form level route information. This controller level information and the form level information, we have a requirements like permission. which is access administration pages, which means we can restrict this route detail for the specific user role. Let's say we have an anonymous user, authenticated user, and admin user. Just these three roles will comes by default in a Drupal core. If you want, you can create a more user roles. That is what we discussed in the last weeks. So if you want to restrict the some route for the specific roles, means you need to specify in your route with like this. This is the syntax. Once you put the permission with this, you can see the permission level under this area, permissions. Since this page is taking more time to load, I will show you my another page. Sorry, another Drupal set sites. Okay, see, this is the contact information. This is one of my Drupal instance that I have configured my custom modules. With that,
We are not able to see, Shankar.
sorry. Yeah. So this is another my Drupal instance I have created and I have posted in the live. There I have created a custom model with this permission. Okay. Once you seen this one, let me show you. Once you put this permission, you will get like this. You will get like this under the permission column page. Okay. Let's say if you want to restrict anonymous user, we can show you to the other user, means you can put it. Okay, that is what this permission page will do. Okay, I hope you're clear on this. Let me move on another files. So we have talked about .info file, .model file, .routing.yml file, and .libraries file we can talk later. Okay, so we have seen custom admin form and we have seen controller form, sorry, controller file. Okay, so for controller we should maintain the class kind of structure, which is oops concept. Since Drupal is followed a Symfony framework, we need to write our code in a oops, not in a procedural oriented, which was in a Drupal 7. Okay, so other than that, we have a JS folder. There we have JavaScript libraries. We can put it. Okay, let me next we move on the .libraries.yml. Why we need to .libraries.yml? Which means whenever we construct a page, we need some CSS and JavaScript only for this particular module's functionality, right? We should not put it in the all pages. We can enable only for this module functionality, right? For that purpose, we have created this libraries.yml. This is the structure you have to create. What this will do is the reference number trimmer. This is the one of the library I have used for my demo purpose. This reference number trimmer is trimming all the user input. Okay, this is what the JS library will do. What I did is I have created a library and I put it, this is a key, version as a 1.0 and a JS, which is this is the key, this is the file name where we placed our JS file. Okay, we can refer this one. Under the JS, we have a reference number trimmer.js. Okay, this is the JS information. If you want to enable a CSS, you can put it like this. CSS. Currently, I don't have any CSS. I'm just for a demo purpose, I'm saying. Okay, so this is how you can put your CSS also only for this model. If you have a dependencies with any other libraries needs, that also you can put it. For a reference number, we are using a dollar. So for that purpose, I am enabling the dependency with jQuery. Okay, that is comes in a jCore module. So I put it like this as dependencies. Okay, so this is how you need to create your libraries. If you want, you can give a weightage also. Say for example, some JS will load in the top. You need to put it in the down. Means you can specify your weightage in this area. I hope you are clear on this till this. Some of the topics can be advanced. Once you are work on this only, it will came to know how the libraries will work out. Okay, so I have covered so far. Let me, yeah. I have talked about the module folder structure and the custom route information with the custom controller. Page theming I haven't covered today. We can see it by tomorrow session. Okay, and block level creation to custom module also we can see by tomorrow. And we have covered admin form creation to store essential information for our website and permission for our custom information. Okay, with that note, this is the slide which I talked about for the action oriented steps. So please follow the classes and create your website with this information, custom route and the admin form. And if you can create your blog creation also with the permission level. If you are not able to do, I will share my code by tomorrow session. You can use it. Okay. So I entered to the today classes. Let me stop screen recording. We can go for a question session.